Security Bank, Christensen Well and Irrigation, and Top Crop. Now we go live to the arena for Northeast Nebraska High School basketball on KYN TV.
Well, good evening from Pender, Nebraska, the site of the C25 Subdistrict. Tonight we have a battle of Hartington on hand. The Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats, the number 3 seed. They come in, they will face the number 2 seeded Hartington-Cedar Catholic Trojans. This will be a little bit of a condensed pregame. Appreciate you sticking around. Some technical difficulties, and we'll work through those. The game time is about 4.5 minutes away before tip-off here in Pender. This is the pregame show, courtesy of Moody Motors. Looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle? Check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. Talk some stats here as we get this evening rolling. Hartington-Newcastle comes in 10-12 on the year, just below 500. Cedar Catholic 12-12. They are even at 500. Some key victories. Well, Boyd County was the best victory that I could pick out on Hartington-Newcastle's side of the bracket. Boyd County's 13-7 on the year. That victory for the Wildcats, 62-45. The best victory for Crofton, for Cedar Catholic, came against Crofton. Crofton is a solid 16-7 this year. Trojans took them down 39-35 just a few weeks ago. If you're thinking to yourself, have these two teams played each other before? Well, not very often. That I could come up with, unofficially, 2 times. Once in 2022, a game that was played at Cedar Catholic. I announced that game. And Cedar Catholic was the winner of that one, 55-36. Some players, just to kind of jog your memory. Cedar Catholic had Jackson Bernicker, Alex Keene, Nolan Becker, just to name a few. And Hartington-Newcastle had Dayton Sudbeck, Riley Sudbeck, and the 3-point shooter, Jake Pites, was on that ball club as well. Another game that showed up on stats as I could pull up was in 2006. That one went back a ways. I could not find any of the players that are listed on there. I'm sure someone's going to recognize the 06 class. But the Trojans were on top of that one as well, 57-44. I do know that these teams have played once on the football field, and I believe that took place in 1996. If anyone knows of any other matchups, official or unofficial, let me know. But that's just the 3 times that I could think of in the last 30 years or so. So far for this year, Hartington-Newcastle mentioned 10-12. Their longest winning streak was 4 games. Cedar Catholic, 12-12. Their longest winning streak was 3 games. And in just some comparables kind of to draw between the two teams, they both faced St. Mary's from O'Neill. Wildcats lost by 26. Trojans lost by 28. Laurel Concord Coleridge, they both won. Wildcats by 8, Trojans by 26. And Plainview, Wildcats lost by 15, Trojans lost by 3. That just kind of gives you some background and build up to this game. We're about 2 minutes to go before the initial starting lineup and the tip-off here. Some key players to watch. Austin Sudbeck, he averages 18.3 points a game. He leads all scorers on paper. Also for the Wildcats, Mason Krause averages 8.9 and has 9 rebounds a game for the 6'7 senior. Carter Kelly has 8.2 points per game. Now for the Trojans, Mason Baller averages 12.9 a game, and he is 33% from three-point range. Aaron Wortman has 9 points. Gavin Klug has just over 8. Gavin Klug is a solid 81% from the charity stripe and 39% from three-point range. Gonna have to keep an eye on a few of those names as we go throughout the night. Keys to victory for the Wildcats: they will have to stop the Trojans in transition. The Trojans are phenomenal. As soon as they get the reball, long outlet pass, points for easy buckets. That will be the key to victory for the Wildcats, along with using their height, and I'll get into the starting lineup here in a moment, and you'll hear why. For Cedar Catholic, the key to victory: run, run, run. Just keep going as fast as you can go and use their bench. They got a little deeper bench than do the Wildcats. Let's break down the starting lineups, and those are brought to you by Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zematic and Lindsay dealer in Hartington. Starting lineup for the Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats, number 3 seed in this sub-district. Carter Kelly, a 6'5 senior. Austin Sudbeck, a 6'2 junior. Keaton Narns, a 5'9 senior. Colton Cavanaugh, 6'1 junior, and 6'7 senior, number 22, Mason Krause. Head coach, Tyler Fincher, assisted by Elijah Strom and Ryan Muckelin. Now the starting lineup for the Cedar Catholic Trojans, number 2 seed in the Subdistrict, 500 ball at 12-12. A senior, 5'10", number 0, Mason Baller. A 5'10 junior, Gavin Klug. A 5'11 senior, Aaron Wortman. A 5'11 sophomore, Micah Cotto. And a 6'2 senior, number 34, Jared Rutar. Head coach is Nick Hazelhorst, assisted by Matt Steffen, Rick Keene, and Brandon Baller. Those are the starting lineups, brought to you by Kaiser Ag and Irrigation of Hartington. That was a very, very condensed pregame. I appreciate you sticking with us as we got started just a few minutes behind schedule. In this sub-district, Ainsworth, Pender, they're the number 1 seed, and Oakland Craig along with the 2 Hartington schools. The game that took place last night, Oakland Craig, the 4 seed, lost to Ainsworth 43-40. And a game that just went final a few minutes ago before us here, Pender, the number 1 seed, defeated Ainsworth 53-39. So Pender advances. They will play Thursday night right here on their home court, and they'll face the winner of tonight's game, Cedar Catholic or Hartington-Newcastle. A couple more stats for both teams. Looking here at Cedar Catholic, Brandon Baller's son, who plays on this team, you'll hear me, I mentioned he was a coach, and Mason Baller. He leads Cedar Catholic in multiple statistics: scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals. It definitely flows through Baller when it comes to the offensive production as well as creating turnovers. Hartington-Newcastle, that's a salt and pepper story there. Multiple players lead in different categories, whether it be scoring, rebounds, blocks. There's not just one person that jumps off the page. A little more well-balanced if you're looking at it from a stat point of view. This has been the pregame report, courtesy of Moody Motors. Looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle? Check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. I wanted to have a couple of players as well as some coaches and administration officials on, and we'll see if we can't get them here through the halftime. Mr. Rusty Fuller has been gracious enough all year letting us come into Hartington-Newcastle to announce. I had him lined up. Mr. Ken Kneifel and Mr. Chad Cotto. I still intend on getting them on sometime throughout this game if possible. They're announcing they're ready for sub-district basketball here in Pender. Players have been introduced and now they will take the court. Cedar Catholic is in their home white, trimmed in red. Hartington-Newcastle in their purple, trimmed in white. Players now taking the court. We are set to go. This is a veteran refereeing crew. Seeing them multiple times. They're from around the Wayne and Norfolk area refereeing tonight's game. Jumping for Cedar Catholic will be Jared Rutar. He is facing Krause, and the jump is up, easily controlled by Krause. Wildcats are going to have first go of it here on offense. Man-to-man defensive pressure being applied by the Trojans. Lob pass into Krause, misses an easy one. Rebound clearing the boards away is Wortman for Cedar Catholic. You're just tuning in. Scott Ulrich bringing you tonight's broadcast of Hartington-Newcastle and Cedar Catholic Trojan basketball from the C25 Subdistrict in Pender. A 2-3 zone now being applied by the Wildcats. Cedar Catholic gets it into the short corner, left side to Rutar. Skip out far corner to Wortman. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound is ran down by Kelly. Bringing up the floor, straight up the middle now is Arns. Hands it off to Sudbeck. Again, Sudbeck averages 18.3 a game. Got to keep an eye on him. He dribbles into the right baseline, puts up a 10-footer, no good. Board put up, back up again by Kelly. And he is fouled. Referee says white, number 3, I believe, is the call for Cedar Catholic. That is Aaron Wortman, his first personal foul, first team foul. Still no score, almost a minute off the clock here in Pender. First free throw on its way. It's up by Kelly, and it is good. Carter Kelly gets his name on the book with that first point of tonight's game. Kelly averages 8.8 points. Next one too strong off the glass, and it's going to be rebounded, clearing it away is Cotto of Cedar Catholic. Gavin Klug brings it straight up the floor facing that 2-3 zone. Dribbles in, swings it out, now gives it right back to Klug. High-low game, goes down to Rutar down low. Turn around, puts it up, and one! Jared Rutar on the high-low game. It went into the elbow, little lob pass down into Rutar, and he got an easy bucket and the harm. He will have a chance at a three-point play. The right-hander puts this one up from the free throw line, gets the shooter's roll off the right side of the rim. Cedar Catholic takes an early lead, 3-1, 6:51 to go here in the opening period of play, and that scoreboard update brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, the Bank of Hartington has their roots. Trap game in play, now they trap Wildcats just as they come across the timeline. Lob pass down low. It went down to Krause, and he went up strong, and Rutar came flying in to knock it out of his hands, but Rutar was standing on the out-of-bounds line, so the Wildcats will keep it. 21 seconds on the shot clock as Arns inbounds underneath for the Wildcats. Ball comes into play. Now they go down to Sudbeck, down low. Euro step, goes around a man, can't get it to go. Krause cleans up the boards. They get a fresh 35. They bring it back out and reset the offense. Now with Keaton Arns tapping the left side of his head. I believe that was a signal which way you want everybody to go. Now it goes to Kavanaugh at the elbow, back down low to Arns, and he is bumped, shoved out of bounds. Foul's going to be on the Trojans, number 2. That's Gavin Klug, his first personal, second team foul on Cedar Catholic. I should say, if you hear me say we, us, they, I've announced for both these teams. I'm claiming both of them. I'm on both sides tonight. I actually don't even like the games being played, but it is what it is. Wildcats now get the ball in play, kick out. Three-point shot goes up, no good. That was Carter Kelly. Rebound clearing the boards way, Micah Cotto for Cedar Catholic. Ball now on the right side, Ballard. Back down low to Cotto, turns around, 10-foot shot, no good. Rebound is Jared Rutar clearing up the boards. They kick it out, three-pointer on the way by Ballard, and it's good. Mason Ballard from deep on the left wing gets that three-pointer to go. Score big with the products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. 6-1, Trojans on top of the Wildcats. Sudbeck, top of the key, dribbles, forces way down low, puts up a shot from the right corner, and it's good. Austin Sudbeck, the junior, gets that one his first bucket of the night. Averages touch over 18 a game. Expect to see big numbers from him tonight. Ballard, left corner, kick it back out to Cotto, and he keeps it right back to Ballard on the left wing. Still a zone defense being applied. Now goes in low. Cotto, kick back out. Klug, Ballard, quick passing on the left side. Now they get it down low to Rutar, and he kicks out. Three-point shot from the corner. Three. It's good. Aaron Wortman from deep gets that three-pointer to go. And that's score big with the products and services at Security Bank. Long pass, Wildcats pushing up the floor, tipped out of bounds by Cedar Catholic. It will stay Wildcat basketball. Good crowd on hand. Cedar Catholic travels well, and I'm sitting on Hartington-Newcastle side, and from what I can see, a good turnout here as well. Good student section represented by both schools, just over an hour drive from home. Wildcats inbound. It now comes to Will Fellmeyer. Fellmeyer checked in during that last dead ball. Hands it off to Sudbeck. Puts the screen out. Sudbeck dribbles into the paint. Forces his man, which is Brighton Whitmire down low. Euro step. Puts it up, and it's good. Austin Sudbeck 4-2 again. 9-5 your score. 4:35 to go in this opening period from Pender, home of the Pendragons. The Lady Pendragons looking for 4 straight state titles. Now steal in the front court by Fellmeyer. Fellmeyer goes in with the reverse left-handed runner, gets it to go, and one. Referee is waving off that basket. Now the referees are talking about it. I thought it was a clear layup. Lots of confusion here, and now head coach Tyler Fincher says, let's talk about it. I thought it was a layup. Give credit to Fellmeyer, even though he doesn't get the credit in the book for that steal and put back up and in. Now Fellmeyer gets it in the corner, left corner, back up top, is going to swing it around the horn. They get it This time to Lammers. Lammers on the right baseline. It's going to be tipped out of his hands and go out of bounds. Lammers is going to inbound right in front of the Cedar Catholic student section. Kind of a hostile place to be. Ball comes into play to Sibek. Sibek muscling down his man, puts up a shot, right corner, can't get it to go. Krause with the board, put back up and in. Mason Krause with the offensive board and a putback. Now 9-5. I thought it was 9. There it is, the update on the scoreboard. 9-7 is your score. Trojans with the basketball. Driving into the paint. Wortman kick back out, finding Kiter Wortman, and they play a two-person game. Now they get it down low, swing out, three-point shot from the corner, no good. That was Whitmire. Chasing the rebound is going to be Carter Kelly. Long outlet pass goes to Lammers. Lammers puts up a right-handed runner, can't get it. Battle for the board. Lammers put back up and one. Braden Lammers with the offensive board and the put back up and in. We are all tied up at 9. Couple subs check in for Cedar Catholic. On the floor for the Trojans, Will Fellmeyer, Kiter Wortman, Brighton Whitmire, Baller, and Klug. First free throw, rather the only free throw, was no good, but it's going to be off of Will Steffen. I thought that it was off of Steffen. Another reset in the shot clock. Nope. Yep, it is going to be off of Steffen. So a little confusion. It's refereeing crew here. Again, very veteran crew. Wildcats have the basketball. Trying to get it down low to Lammers. Tough pass coming in from Sibek, and it's going to go out of bounds. Trojans now will have it. Wildcats are complete and content to pull back, get in their half-court defense. I talked about it a little bit in pregame, that the Wildcats do not want to let the Trojans run and gun. That is exactly how the Trojans like to make a living. Pass out, top of the key now. Gavin Klug, and a miscommunication from Klug to Whitmire, and that one's going to go into the first row of this Trojans side of the court. Turnover, and the Wildcats now facing full court, man-to-man pressure. Ball does come into play in the backcourt. Now they get it back to Fellmeyer, and everybody clears out. It's Fellmeyer against Klug, coming straight up in front, and Klug picks his pocket, takes it away, and goes up with a layup, and he's going to be fouled. Referees are talking about it. Not sure. I know there's a foul. It's on the floor, yep. So the foul is on the floor, non-shooting. Cedar Catholic has 4 team fouls, 2 fouls on the Wildcats as we're at the 2:53 mark of this opening period of play here from Pender. C25 Subdistrict winner advances to play number 1 Pender. Lob pass comes into play, stolen, taken away by Lammers. Lammers missed majority of the season with a foot injury that carried over from football. But he will now make a great play. Wildcats set up in their half-court offense. Still facing man-to-man pressure by the Trojans. Ball in the right wing, Arns. Now they find Carter Kelly. Goes up strong, and he's fouled. Missed the shot, but Kelly will go to the free throw line. Referee says fouls on 55. That is Will Steffen. Steffen, a 6'3" junior. Very big presence inside, whether we're talking offensive or defensive line in football or in basketball. Rattling that one home was Kelly, gets it to go. Now the score is 10-9. Wildcats on top of the Trojans by 1 point, 2:31 to go here in this opening period of play. Back of the iron, no good, and Steffen's going to clear the boards away for Cedar Catholic. Outlet pass, Kiter Wortman decides to take off, going all the way coast to coast, Kiter Wortman. Wortman, a 6'2" senior, and now a pass down low. It's going to be going to Lammers, and he'll be fouled. 2 shots are coming up since it's in a bonus. Fouls on number 30, Kiter Wortman. Wortman, a quick-handed 6'2" player on the floor for head coach Nick Hazelhorst Club. Did start a few games throughout the year, and coming in for quality bench minutes now on the floor. First free throw by Lammers is up and it is good. Second one on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Battle for the board, tipped up. And it was off of purple and white. Off of Hartington-Newcastle is the call by referee Hani on the floor, as we are now 2:14 to go in this opening period. 11-11, all tied up. I had a lot of calls in the last couple days, asking me what I thought or giving me input, what they thought regarding scoring. As the pass goes down low to Stefan, kick back, three-point shot from the top, goes up, no good. Battle for the board is going to be Hartington-Newcastle's Carter Kelly, and he's going to be fouled. The vast majority of those calls I referred to, a lot of people thought this was going to be a very close game. They play two different styles. Wildcats have the height advantage drastically on paper, but the running ability of Cedar Catholic is where they're trying to offset. Foul on Cedar Catholic. That was Stefan again. Kelly makes the first free throw. And now the student section's yelling, it's Toby time. You'll hear that maybe through the mic every time that Toby Heine checks on the floor for Cedar Catholic. Second on the way by Kelly, and he gets it to go. Kelly's got 4 free throws here through this opening stanza. 13-11, Wildcats on top of the Trojans in Pender. 1:55 to go, and now a long outlet pass goes to Heine, decides not to shoot it down low, dribbles back out, reset everything. He had a player closing on him and just probably didn't want to take a chance, but he did have a shot. Now with the basketball, Heine back in the paint, kick out. Kiter Wortman, three-pointer from the right wing, no good. Will Stefan puts back up, can't get it to go. Now Klug has another offensive board. He puts up a shot, no good. And now an offensive foul is going to be called on Will Stefan. Nick Hazelhorst, head coach of Cedar, looks at his bench and gives the thumb of get going. He pointed to Jared Rutar, time to go in. Foul is on Stefan. A lot of contact down low as they were battling for it. And yes, there will be a timeout. Timeouts are going to be taken now and brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Back to Pender in 30 seconds on the current 94.3.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. 13-11 is your score. And that scoreboard update brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Wildcats on top by 2. Free throw this time by Colton Cavanaugh. Front of the iron, no good. All his teammates, including Krause, steps up and gives him a bump and says, you got this. Cavanaugh, the 6'1 junior, puts up another one. Great correction. And Cavanaugh nails that one. Add to a lead now. It is 14-11. Now full court pressure being applied by the Wildcats. Trojans clear the timeline. Kick down left corner. They go to Rutar. Now the Trojans are facing still a zone defense being applied by the Wildcats. So a timeout by head coach Fincher. He just wanted to implement a full court press. Left wing, three-point shot. Barely hit the front of the iron was Klug. Running down, though, will be Cotto. Cotto now back to the corner. Kiter Wortman dribbles in baseline. He's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on number 40, so that's Colton Cavanaugh committing that foul. That's his first personal. Third team foul. One sub comes in for Cedar. 3 come in for the Wildcats. We are now under a minute, 59.2 on the game clock. A fresh 35 here for Cedar Catholic as Ballard inbounds underneath his own basket. Gets it into Cotto. Cotto looking for some clearway and now throwing into the backcourt. It was not tipped, and over and back is the call. Trojans trailing by 3, and now they give the ball right back to the Wildcats. Inbounding right near the scorer's table is Will Fellmeyer, the 5'6 guard. Now it goes into the backcourt, and they will come across the timeline as Subbeck. Subbeck, scripted play, down low, handed off. This time is going to go to Kelly, and he's going to be fouled. Referee says, I believe he said 34, so that's going to be on Rutar. That is his first personal foul. Everybody's looking at the screens. They have brand new, it looked like brand new LED screens here. Just a little small for my liking. Like I'm a little bigger as that first free throw goes up by Kelly, and he gets it to go. Another one, and he is good. 6 free throws in this first quarter by Carter Kelly, and that is about the difference. 16-11, Wildcats. They came into this one confident and swinging against Cedar Catholic. 30 seconds now on the game clock. Goes into Heine. Kick out, left corner to Klug. Klug drives in, throws it away. Fellmeyer with a steal in the paint, takes the basketball away. Shot clock turned off, 22 seconds on the game clock. Coming across the Pendragon logo is Fellmeyer. Guarded by Toby Heine. Comes off a screen on the right side, and they'll reset the offense. Bring things back up. 11 seconds. Everybody waiting, now taking off is Subbeck. Muscles his way down low, decides to put up a shot. It's good. Down low, Austin Subbeck. No time on the clock. At the end of one period of play, purple and white come out swinging. Hartington-Newcastle is on top, 18-11 over Cedar Catholic. Back in 1 minute on the current 94.3.
Current 94.3 KDAM. Hartington. More of today's hits.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Winter is planting season on the farm at Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington. This is when smart irrigation decisions get made. As your local Zematic dealer, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation provides dependable pivots, pumping solutions, and the expertise to help your system be ready when the season turns. Planning now means fewer surprises later and more confidence when it counts. Zematic Irrigation from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Built for reliability, ready for the growing season ahead.
Scott Ulrich down here in Pender, Nebraska. We're about an hour or so southeast of Hartington, and that's the site of the C25 Subdistrict. Wildcats on top of the Trojans after one period of play, 18-11. Trojans with the basketball. Back out top, they swing it around the horn to Cotto on the left wing as Trojans are still facing a zone defense. Made a little adjustment as they brought in number 35. That's Lincoln Gruch into the center and anchor that zone defense. Kick out from the corner three, no good. Offensive board is Klug, put back up, blocked. Ooh, foul is going to be called that time on Subbeck. Look pretty good from my angle, but I am also 90 feet away from that call. Subbeck, that is his first team foul on the Wildcats. At the line shooting two will be Gavin Klug. As I mentioned a little bit in the pregame, Klug is an 81% free throw shooter for the Trojans. That's Klug's first point of the night. He's got one more coming up on its way. Rattles in and out and does not fall. Braden Lammers clearing the boards away for the Wildcats. Ball tipped away in the backcourt, secured though by Lammers, and now they bring it up the floor. Subbeck on the right wing, going against two players. Lob pass to Krause. Krause puts it up strong. It rolls in and out, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds off a Trojan player. Krause is excellent at dunking in warm-ups, and that was one there that probably should have got the two-handed throwdown. He was in perfect position on the right side of the rim, and then the ball just rattled in and out and dropped out for him. Keaton Arns inbounds to Krause, tipped up in the air, and it's going to go off of a play. Outstanding play. It was tipped up in the air, by Aaron Wortman, and he swatted at the ball in the air, and it went off of a Wildcat player into the student section of Cedar Catholic. Trojans are getting the beneficiary of a lucky play. 18-12 is your score. Wildcats on top now by 6 over Cedar Catholic. Ball goes into Rutar in the low block, kick out to Klug. They play a two-person game. Now they give it up to Cotto. Swing it to the far side. Now on the right side is going to be Wortman. Fast passing, three-point shot, left wing hits, good. Score big with a products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. Gavin Klug nails that three-pointer. He is 39% from three-point range. Now a steal in the front court, taking it away. Cotto lays it up and in. Micah Cotto, his first bucket of the evening. And just like that, the Trojans, another steal in the backcourt. Full court pressure has made another turnover. Trojans trail by 1 now after an onslaught here starting the second quarter. Klug, left wing, dribbles into the left block, and he traveled. His feet just, when you go to hit the brakes and your shoes kind of hop a little bit as you stop, that's exactly what happened there. As Krause takes a seat, Will Fellmeyer checks back in for the Wildcats. Full court pressure still being applied by Cedar Catholic. Subek set to bring it across the timeline. They make it with 2 seconds, so now they set up their half-court offense. Winner advances to the Subdistrict final. Ball comes in now out to the top. They play some passing, facing a 2-3 zone defense of Cedar Catholic. Now a three-point shot goes up by Fellmeyer. No good. Carter Kelly clears the boards away. Kelly gives it up to Subek down low. Bodies on the floor. A lot of contact. And now there's a jump ball called. That's as close as we need to have a football play right there. There was a little bit of a wrestle for the ball and a lot of contact, but I couldn't hear a whistle either. So as it is, jump ball. Wildcats are going to keep it. 29 seconds on the shot clock. It goes into Kelly. Misses a little runner down low, and it's going to be off of, I believe, Kiter Wortman. Going to stay Wildcat basketball. 5:44 to go in this first half. 1 point game. Wildcats on top. Trojans 18-7. Ball comes into play in the left corner. They go right back to Subek. He's 12 feet out, makes his way to about 10 feet, and now he traveled. Credit Kiter Wortman, and no emotion coming off of Kiter's face. The defense was right there, and it was kind of right in front of the Cedar Catholic student section, which makes it even worse. Bring up the floor, Ballard, right wing. And now they're playing a two-person game, going the right wing to Wortman, and they pass it all the way down in the corner. Dribbling into 15 feet, Kiter Wortman, finding Ballard back out near NBA range. Just playing a two-person game and then sending a flyer kind of through the paint, not finding anyone right now. The dribble down low is going to be Ballard. He's guarded by Lammers, has to pick it up and kick it back out. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kiter Wortman doesn't see it. Dribbles into the paint. Now he puts up a shot. Off the glass, no good. Battle for the board. It's going to be Austin Subek clearing it away for purple and white. 5 minutes to go in this opening half. Lob pass, down low, Lammers. Ball is slapped away by Klug, but put back up and in. Braden Lammers. Lammers, I got him for 5 points here in this first half. We're about the 4.5-minute mark to go before halftime. Kiter Wortman, left wing, dribbles into the paint, loses the handle on it, but Cedar Catholic's going to secure it. Now Gavin Klug, jump stop, long pass across the paint, puts up a shot. Wortman, no good. Clearing the boards away after that shot will be Lammers. Now up the floor, Lammers about the top of the key, facing Cedar Catholic's zone defense. Now a three-point shot's going to go up. This time Subek, no good. Battle for the board, and it's going to be a foul on Lammers. Lammers, the 6'5" forward, got the ball on his left hand, but he had his right hand on the hip of a Cedar Catholic player. Had a great angle from where I'm sitting. That will go back to Cedar Catholic. That's the second team foul on the Wildcats. No fouls so far on Cedar Catholic as we are halfway through this second quarter. Brighton Whitmire now hands it off, this time to Ballard in the right corner, guarded by Fellmeyer. They have to kick it back out and reset the entire offense. Man-to-man pressure now being applied by the Wildcats. First time I think I've seen this. In the paint, turnaround jumper, 10 feet, can't get it to go as Ballard. Credit Fellmeyer for getting in the hand in the face. Now Subek spins down, loses the handle on it, was trying to spin his way even farther down low, and Cotto was right there to pick up the loose ball. Cotto brings it up the floor, hands it off to Kiter Wortman, goes into the paint, reverse layup, it's up and in. Kiter Wortman. Wildcats pushing up the floor, Arns looking for trailing Subek, and it is, nope. One referee says it is a tip. Another referee says, I didn't see the tip, and the referee that's saying tip is adamant about it. The two referees that are talking, they are excellent referees. One referee on the near side of the court did not see that tip, and the referee who was right in front of it said, no, that is absolutely a tip, and he was, like sometimes refs, they talk it over and figure it out. No, the one ref says, no, this is a tip. So the shot clock gets reset to 23 seconds. Wildcats still have the basketball. Now goes into Keaton Arns, down low, stops, tries to get a shot off, and an offensive foul. Foul is going to be on Keaton Arns. He had the ball. I don't know if he got a little elbow in there trying to give himself some room. He was really low in the paint. I could not get a good angle on it, but he is called for the offensive foul, so that's 3 team fouls now on the Wildcats. Wildcats lead 20-19. Kind of a defensive grind here in the second quarter. Brighton Whitmire, they swing it all the way around the horn to Baller. He dribbles into the short corner, kick out. The left-hander puts up a three-pointer, it's good. Aaron Wortman for 3. And now the Trojans back on top by 2. 22-20, 2:46 to go. And now Fellmeyer drives into the paint, puts up a runner, and he's going to be fouled. Love the aggression driving in there. Fellmeyer is the shortest player on the court. Foul that time's on Cotto. Cotto also getting some instruction, I can tell from his dad he's by the student section. He's like, keep your hand up. Just keep your hand up. He said it twice. Free throw on its way. It's good by Fellmeyer. That's got to be a tough scenario. When your dad is the school administrator, he's also a veteran referee. He's your football coach. He sees things from probably a little different angle than you do when you're 16 or 17. Fellmeyer, second one is up, no good. Rebound clearing the boards away is Cedar Catholic. Trojans bring up the floor, and a foul will be called. Foul this time is going to be on number 5. That is Sudbeck. And I believe that's his second personal foul. Coming up here at the half, we're going to have Mr. Ken Kneifel from Hartington-Newcastle. He'll be joining us. That'll be just in a couple of minutes. Now another three-pointer from the corner. No good. That was Wortman. Rebound clearing the boards away is Whitmire, Cedar Catholic. They get a fresh 35. 2:20 to go in this opening half. 22-21. Trojans on top of the Wildcats. Now Baller with the basketball. Swing it down to Klug in the right corner. Looking somewhere in the paint, nowhere to go. Now they play a two-person game out near NBA range. Cedar Catholic just doesn't have that 6'5" big player we're accustomed to seeing them have, but the guard play and the quickness has been very good. Now goes into the paint, skip out to Baller. Well guarded, puts up a shot anyway, but it's good. A three-point shot, that time by Baller, and that's his second three-pointer of this game. 1:46 to go. Trojans on top, 25-21. This zone defense of Cedar Catholic has caused issues against the Wildcats. Driving into the paint, can't get the runner to go. That was Subek, and now it's going to be tipped out of bounds. It will go off of a Wildcat player. Wildcats had, I believe, 18 points in the first half. They're being held to 3 here in the second half, and I credit the half-court defense of Cedar Catholic running a zone defense, which is something I'll bet they haven't done it more than a handful of times all year long. They are a man-to-man defensive team. Trojans facing now the Wildcats zone defense of their own. It goes into backdoor cutter. Wortman puts it up and in. Good blocking and a good backdoor cut. Aaron Wortman puts up the left-handed runner, and now it's 27-21. Trojans on top of the Wildcats. Krause now back on. He was on the bench for a few minutes. He's back on the floor for Hartington-Newcastle. Now swing it to the left side. Fellmeyer looking somewhere, a screen to free up on the far side. Ball almost goes out of bounds, and it will be thrown back in. Now Baller, outlet pass to Whitmire. He's running and puts it up and in. And that is going to be a timeout on the floor. Cedar Catholic on top, 29-21, 46 seconds to go in this first half. Take a break. Be back in 1 minute on the Current 94.3.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Moody Motors in Nyborough had a lot of fresh new trades come in. We have a great selection of used trucks and SUVs, like this beautiful 2024 F-150 Lariat, dark blue with gray leather interior, and it's thousands less than new. Or this 24 F-150 Crew Cab XLT package, priced at only $38,900. A couple of my favorites, a 2020 Lincoln Nautilus all-wheel drive, priced at only $22,900. And a 22 Ford Expedition with only 38,000 miles for just $49,900. Get your best deal right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender, Nebraska, the site of the C25 Subdistrict. Pender Pendragons. First time I've ever been in this gym. After that full timeout taken by Top Crop, and the Wildcats want to talk things over. They trail 29-21. Clock rolling. Wildcats with the basketball. Now is Arns. Kick it back up to Sibek near the top of the key. Looking for a backdoor cutter. They find Lammers. He goes up strong and puts it up and in. Braden Lammers has 7 points. Shot clock now is turned off. Clock rolling, 23 seconds. Trojans can play for one. Head coach Nick Hazelhorst directing traffic. Baller swings it right side to Klug. Nobody's moving. They're just standing. 13 seconds on the game clock. 9 seconds. Here we go. Baller dribbles in to the right, kick it, and the far side screen for Klug, and it's good. Gavin Klug for three. A long three-quarter court shot is no good, and that is how we are going to end the first half of play. Trojans 32, Wildcats 23. We'll take a break, come back. We will talk basketball. Have Mr. Ken Kneifel join us in 2 minutes on the Current 94.3.
My fellow explorers, we believe big adventures deserve presidential treatment. Now until February 27th, Explorers Credit Union is offering special presidential rates on qualifying boat and camper loans. So this summer, roam farther, stay longer, and explore more. No waiting, no delays, just legendary approval. Because adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Visit explorerscu.com and get pre-approved today. Explorers Credit Union, we believe in your next big adventure. Offer subject to credit approval and is subject to change at any time. Additional terms and restrictions apply. Membership required. Valid through February 27th. Federally insured by NCAA.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender, Nebraska for the C25 Subdistrict. This is opening round play. Hartington-Cedar Catholic 32, Hartington-Newcastle 23. Joining me in the booth, first up will be Mr. Ken Kneifel. Kenny, thanks for joining me for tonight.
You bet. Thank you, Scott.
This is one of those first half games, two totally different quarters. It was 18-11 after one quarter. And I talked a little bit in the pregame. If the Wildcats can settle down on their half-court offense, that's where they excel at. Trojans excel in speeding things up. We saw the first quarter, very good. They got some shots to go and some solid free throw shooting in that first quarter by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Scott. I know one of the things Coach Fincher was talking about was he was leery that Cedar Catholic would speed the Wildcats up, make them operate a little quicker than they wanted to. But like you said, in the first quarter, the Wildcats went on a 15-2 run. And I think in that first quarter, it seemed like their length bothered Cedar Catholic some. And then I've been so impressed with Cedar Catholic in terms of they know what they want to do offensively. They get it inside, they kick it out to their three-point shooters, and they know exactly what they want to do. They look for each other really well. Again, like I said, I thought the Wildcats the first quarter had things play out a lot the way they needed to. They hit the boards hard. I know Coach Finch has been stressing the offensive glass. They have shot free throws pretty well. Got the Trojans in a little foul trouble early, but they've weathered that.
Exactly. You mentioned the foul issues there in that first quarter and the free throw shooting. I had Carter Kelly with 6 free throws in that first quarter. That was kind of the difference. 18-11, if you will, after one quarter. Those free throws were solid down the stretch. Will Feldmeyer had one, as well as Colton Kavanaugh. Braden Lammers had a free throw in there as well. So solid free throw, charity stripe. Usually you win games when you shoot from the charity stripe very well.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of the game. It looked like Cedar Catholic, like I said, got their footing a little bit in that second quarter. They do a really nice job moving the basketball. And I don't know that the zone caught Cedar by a little bit of surprise in that first quarter a little bit. But Hartington, Hartington-Newcastle goes 6'7", 6'5", 6'4".
Yes.
And they're long. And then Austin Sidbeck's long at about 6'1", 6'2". And but Cedar Catholic does a nice job moving the ball. And so it's going to be it's kind of a tale of two different styles a little bit.
Totally. Completely agree with that. That's the best statement I can say as well. Two totally different ways to play the game. And we saw two different quarters. We'll see what adjustments are made at the half. I appreciate you stopping in here. I know it's a quick halftime. I want to get Mr. Cotto in here as well. We'll take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk more basketball in Pender. Back in 1 minute on the Current 94.3.
Sounds good. Thank you, Scotty.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
It's 32-23 over Hartington-Newcastle. Trojans the number 2 seed in the C25 Subdistrict. Wildcats are the number 3 seed. Appreciate Mr. Ken Kneifel joining us for a couple minutes. And now Mr. Chad Cotto joins me in the booth. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Okay, so I got to get this is kind of a personal before we get into the game. What's it like standing over there in front of the student section and your son's out on the court and there's all the different emotion, and then I see you talking to him a little bit. How's that go? What's the play? How's that work?
He tends to look at me just to ask things, and not taking away from coaching. It's just more about things he could do to help us out, and so yeah, it's different, but it's nice being down there where if he does want something, I'm there for him.
Absolutely. I mentioned, I'm not sure if you're 16 or 17, your dad's a veteran ref. He's your football coach. He's your school administrator. He's all these things. It's just a different dynamic that the rest of us parents don't deal with on a day in and day out. So I thought it was a pretty cool exchange. We talked a little bit in the break there about free throws. 2 free throws made in that first half for Cedar Catholic, 9 for Hartington-Newcastle, and the majority was in that first quarter. What was your takeaway?
Well, I thought the second quarter we adjusted a little bit. I thought, it was called a little tighter early, and, they took advantage of that. And in the second quarter, again, we adjusted, didn't play quite as physical, and, forced them to score in their offense instead of the free throw line, and I think that helped us out.
Yeah, I completely agree. Wildcats, I think they've missed a couple of those easy ones down low, ball rattled in and out. To me, this is a closer game than the 9 points it's showing on the scoreboard. The Wildcats, they play a different style. They're big, they're lengthy, they like the half court, and Cedar Catholic likes to run and gun. And once Cedar got to run in that second quarter, that's when they kind of stretched it. Scoring, I had unofficially had 21 points in that second quarter for the Trojans, 5 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, again, I think it came down to, if we can force them to score in their half-court offense, we seem to be doing well. And we got to keep blocking people out and not giving them second chances because they've got some offensive rebounds as well.
Absolutely. Talk about basketball now as kind of the mainstay, but we are fresh off of bowling. There was some state qualifiers for bowling in the co-op between Hartington-Newcastle and Cedar Catholic. A couple players went down. We're coming off of wrestling where both schools had wrestlers there. A couple state titles came home. It's a good time to live in Hartington.
Oh yeah, it's exciting for our town. Not just one school or the other. I know that both schools support each other, especially, the administration and we're always hoping each other do well, and our speech teams compete against each other, and I know they support each other there, and in everything we do. So I think it's a good thing for our community and our schools.
Absolutely. Go Big Purple and go Big Red. We'll take a quick break, come back, we'll have second half action from Pender in 30 seconds on the current 94.3.
Winter is planting season on the farm at Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington. This is when smart irrigation decisions get made. As your local Zematic dealer, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation provides dependable pivots, pumping solutions, and the expertise to help your system be ready when the season turns. Planning now means fewer surprises later and more confidence when it counts. Zematic Irrigation from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Built for reliability, ready for the growing season ahead.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. We are set to go second half action. Cedar Catholic on top 32-23 over the Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats. Appreciate Mr. Ken Kneifel, the guidance counselor, stepping in here during the half, along with Cedar Catholic administrator and coach, Mr. Chad Cotto. Three-point shot from the corner goes up by Wortman, no good. Battle for the board. It will be a jump ball. Baller and Carter Kelly going at the rebound for that one, and it will go possession arrow to the Wildcats. A couple players tying some shoes here. Always appreciate when I can bring on some coaches or administrators, and tonight's extra special. Again, I've mentioned that I don't like when these two teams play. The dynamic of it, but we try to make the most of it. Pass down low, Carter Kelly turns around, can't get it to go. Offensive board, put back up and in. Mason Krause with the put back up and in on the offensive glass. That's exactly what the Wildcats need coming out of the half. Get in their half-court offense, get some rebounds. This game is closer than what the scoreboard is showing, only due to the Trojans getting on a run in that second quarter. Krause, side iron, does not get the shot to go, and now Trojans will have it. Baller slowly bringing it up the floor. Wildcats settle back now. They're man-to-man. Man-to-man pressure. Long NBA three. Goes up. Baller, no good. Battle for the board. Couple players wrestling for it. Now it's going to be secured this time by Sudbeck. Sudbeck now brings it out left side and gets it to Keaton Arns. They kind of play a handoff game. Now goes into the elbow. Turn around. Kick out. Three-point shot. Carter Kelly. It's good. Score big with the products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. That's the first field goal of the night for Carter Kelly. The rest of his points are free throws. Trojans now half-court offense. coming off of a screen, tipping it away this time, almost taking it with Sudbeck. Gavin Klug secures the ball, dribbles into the elbow, 15-foot shot, puts it up, nothing but net. Gavin Klug, I've got him for a free throw, a three-pointer, and a two-point shot in this game. Picking up a dribble in the backcourt now. Wildcats, long pass, going to secure it and get it across the timeline. Play a two-person game. Now Carter Kelly for the corner, can't get it to go. Wortman has it. He decides not to long outlet pass to Klug. They bring it up the floor. Now they get it to Klug, right wing. Dribbling off of a screen and is going to miscue. Could have shot, decided to throw it out to Wortman, but Wortman was taking off to the glass. Great catch by head coach Nick Hazelhorst. He put two hands on that one, secured that ball. 6:09 to go in the third quarter, 34-28. So it was a 9-point game at the half, and now it's been cut down to a 6-point game. I want to see a nail-biter right down to the end. Krause, give and go to Carter Kelly. Puts it up strong, it's good. Carter Kelly, he's got 5 in the second half now. We're getting closer, 34-30. That scoreboard update brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, the Bank of Hartington has their roots. Whoever wins this game, we will cover them on Thursday night right here from Pender. Now a give and go, pass out, three-pointer by Klug, no good. Rebound clearing the boards away for the Wildcats is Lincoln Gruch. Gruch, long outlet pass to Sudbeck, and now a foul is, thought he was calling a foul. He was saying it was off of Klug. So a couple check in for the Trojans. One comes in for the Wildcats, that's Lammers. To be honest, I can't be partial. I know I'm not supposed to, but I got to give kudos. Lammers has been one of my favorite players to watch in the last few years. Lob pass comes into Lammers, puts it up and in. Braden Lammers. I got him for 9 points. We didn't go over our normal stats like we do. We'll get to some of that as the game goes along here. Lammers is in perfect spot, though. Now Trojans have it. Down low, it goes to Will Steffen. Turns around, he's fouled by Gruch. Talk about a couple of linemen going at it there. Lincoln Gruch, 6'1". I'm going to put the same weight. They're probably both about 250. As Steffen turned around, and he got it on the elbow. Ball did not go in. Steffen's going to get a couple from the charity stripe, though. 34-32. Wildcats trail by 2. Side iron, no good by Steffen. And now Whitmire checks in for the Trojans. Colton Kavanaugh, along with Fellmeyer, check in for the Wildcats. On the floor for the Wildcats, Carter Kelly, Kavanaugh, Lammers, Fellmeyer, and Sudbeck. Second one on the way for Steffen, no good. Battle for the board. Kavanaugh is going to secure it for the Wildcats. Wildcats trailing by 2, 5:05 to go in this third quarter. Fellmeyer, top of the key, guarded by Whitmire. Now they're man-to-man defensive pressure. This is normally what you see Cedar Catholic in and game out. Very rarely do you see a zone. Lob pass, down low. Kelly puts up a runner from 6 feet. It's good. Carter Kelly is having a second half. I'm going to have to find a new spot for some score tax on his sheet. All tied up at 34. Steffen back to Whitmire. Kick out. Now with the basketball is Baller. Forces his way down low. 10 feet. Bank shot, no good. Steffen, offensive board, puts back up and does not get it to go. And now Wildcats will clear the boards away. Wanted a good one. We've got one here. And now Sudbeck finds himself wide open. 4-3. Austin Sudbeck. And now timeout on the floor taken by Cedar Catholic. Timeouts are brought to you by Top Crop. We'll take it with them back to Pender in 1 minute on the current 94.3.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it. And treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Moody Motors in Nyborough had a lot of fresh new trades come in. We have a great selection of used trucks and SUVs, like this beautiful 2024 F-150 Lariat, dark blue with gray leather interior, and it's thousands less than new. Or this 24 F-150 Crew Cab XLT package, priced at only $38,900. A couple of my favorites, a 2020 Lincoln Nautilus all-wheel drive, priced at only $22,900. And a 22 Ford Expedition with only 38,000 miles for just $49,900. Get your best deal right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Scott Ulrich back to Pender. Trojans with the basketball coming off of the screen. Whitmire now finds Toby Heine. Heine dribbles in, 15-foot kick back out. Whitmire guarded by Krause now, as I believe they're switching. Pass down low, it's going to go to Steffen. Tries to go up strong, now goes up strong, and he's going to be fouled. This time by Colton Kavanaugh. So Steffen, who went over 2 the last time at the stripe, he'll go back again. Foul on Kavanaugh. That is his second team foul on the Wildcats. Free throw on its way by Steffen. He gets that one to go. Will Steffen's first point of the night. Got to give a shout out to Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Ranke irrigation system dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. Side iron, no good for Steffen. Wildcats clear the boards away. Now Fellmeyer brings it up the floor with the left hand, double teamed, and he's going to get rid of it. Quick passing to Kavanaugh, right wing, thought about it, decided to give it up. Now they get it to Lammers, turn around, down low, and he's up and in. Braden Lammers. Lammers gets that one to go. And the Wildcats are up by 4, 39-35. 3:20 to go in this third quarter. Toby Heine spins around, puts a shot up from 13 feet, does not get the shooter's roll. Clearing the boards away is Steffen. That's his third offensive rebound. Out to Heine on the right wing. Now they reset the offense. Fresh 35, bringing it clear back out near the Pendragon logo is going to be Whitmire. Whitmire coming off a screen set by Kiter Wortman. Try to do a tough pass inside to Steffen, but it's going to be off of Steffen and it will go out of bounds. That's a tough pass, kind of a quick pass inside that paint, a lot of traffic, and that one's going to sail out. Each team now will sub in some fresh legs off the bench. Just under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. 2:59 and clock now rolling. Wildcats facing full court pressure, but now the Trojans kind of pull back, settle in. Keaton Arns, top of the key, guarded by Cotto. They swing it to the left side to Carter Kelly. Now to Krause, and they bring it back out. Kelly's been the hot hand for the Wildcats, with some contribution also coming from Lammers, who's on the bench right now. Lincoln Gruch passes it down low. Sudbeck puts up a right-hander, and that's good. Austin Sudbeck, he was kind of quiet in that first half. He's getting things going now. As Sudbeck, I got him for 9 points unofficially. Trojans, pass down low. Kiter Wortman waits for the traffic to clear. No good, tipped out back, and it's going to be secured again by the Trojans. Great play that time by Rutar. He couldn't get the grip on it, so he just swatted it out to Klug. Fresh 35, Klug, right wing, three-pointer, no good. And Rutar does it again, back to Klug. Klug drives into the paint, puts up a right-hander, no good. A lot of contact. Ball's going to be secured this time by Sudbeck. 1:51 to go in this third quarter. 41-35. Left side, Lincoln Gruch takes off. He's going to be called for the travel. He thought about a three. He had about 10 feet of open space and probably should have pulled the trigger. 1:45 to go in this third quarter. Wildcats have taken off. It was 32-23 at the half, Cedar Catholic. So far the Trojans have scored 3 points to the 18 points of the Wildcats here in this third quarter. Complete reversal, just like we saw in that first half. One quarter, we'll see what quarter four brings in a minute and a half. Kiter Wortman comes off a screen, 10-foot right-handed runner. Again, the ball goes in and out. Cannot get it to go. Rebound clearing it away. The Wildcats will set up their half-court offense facing man-to-man pressure of Cedar Catholic. I mentioned they did zone a little bit in that first half, but not in this third quarter. It's been all man. Keaton Arns directing traffic along with head coach Fincher. Now they get it to Lammers. Lammers kick back out, Keaton Arns. And now driving into the paint, getting a shot up, blocked is going to be Arns. and Cedar Catholic will push it up the floor. Right side, Wortman now finds Kiter Wortman, and it's going to be knocked away. Tough pass in the paint. Long pass going to go out to Arns, and now he will reset the offense for Hartington-Newcastle. 3-point shot, right wing, no good. That was Kelly. Battle for the rebound, still nobody, and now securing it is going to be Arns, and a timeout on the floor. Timeouts are brought to you by Top Crop. We're going to take it with them back in 30 seconds on the current 94.3.
Ready to take the first step toward homeownership? Join Explorers Credit Union for our first-time homebuyers workshop on March 3rd from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at our Yankton Branch Base Camp Training Room. Hosted with CU Mortgage Direct, this free workshop walks you step-by-step through the home buying process so you can move forward with clarity and confidence. Every great journey begins at Base Camp. RSVP by February 27th at explorerscu.com to reserve your seat. Explorers Credit Union. We believe in your journey. Federally insured by NCUA. NMLS number 408529.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. 41.5 seconds to go before the end of the third quarter. So we're in waning seconds here. 41-35. Purple and white has played fantastic in this third quarter. Student section is now back on their feet. It goes into the elbow to Lammers. Looking. Now he decides to take a couple dribbles. Put up a 15-footer, and it's good. Braden Lammers. I got a lot of 2 marks on his score sheet. We will try to update that in between quarters. Trojans now, shot clock turned off, 20 seconds. 3-pointer from the corner, Wortman no good. And now the Wildcats are pushing. Wildcats have numbers straight up the center of the court. Give it up to Lammers, right wing, it's good. Give the assist to Sudbeck. It's Lammers putting it up, and now Fellmeyer's gonna tip it out of bounds. It's a 10-point lead. Wildcats on top of the Trojans. 45-35, 4.4 seconds to go in this third quarter. That ball was tipped out right in front of the Cedar Catholic bench. Aaron Wortman looking to inbound. Can't get it to Baller. Clock rolls, comes clear out. Cotto's gonna have to pull the trigger on a runner from 10 feet, no good. At the end of 3, Wildcats are on top, 45-35. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have fourth quarter action here in Pender on the current 94.3.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, here we go. Hartington's on the court, all of them. Purple and white, red and white, going at it. Fourth quarter action, winner advances. Going into the paint, putting up a shot. Nice give and go from Rutar to Cotto, and Cotto is going to be fouled. Cotto made that shot at the end of the third, and then he made this one here just to start the fourth. I have him unofficially for 2 points in this game. Now he'll be at the free throw line shooting a couple. Front of the iron, no good. You want a nail biter? And it really doesn't matter to me who wins, so I'm excited for either one. But Cotto makes that one and closes it to a 9-point game. Wildcats on top. And now they'll have first go of it. Facing full court pressure applied by Cedar Catholic. kick out. 3-point shot by Subbeck. It goes up front of the iron, partially blocked, I think. It's going to be off of Krause's shin, and it will go out of bounds. Krause, who just signed to play football for Midland down in Fremont during the signing period here just a short week or two ago. Going to continue his football career. Now a three-pointer, this time by Baller. It's good. Mason Baller. He's got 3 made baskets tonight, and they're all three-pointers. That Security Bank three-pointer closes it now 45-39. Wildcats still on top, trying to go into the paint. Stolen, taken away. Tipped away by Rutar to Baller. Back to Rutar. It's good. Rather, that's Baller going back and forth. Baller is credited with that basket. And now a steal in the backcourt. Trojans taking it away. Right back to Baller again. It's good. Baller's 2 in a row. And now the Wildcats clear the timeline back to, it was a 10-point game a minute and change ago, and now it's 45-43. That's how the Trojans like to make a living, running and gunning. Wildcats want to play half court. Wildcats in their half court offense now. Arns now back out top. They get it down low. Try to lob pass it down low as Krause, and it's tipped and taken away with the basketball, and now stealing it as soon as they cross the timeline. Wildcats take it away from the Trojans. Give it to Keaton Arns, right side. Jump stop goes in, tipped away. The defense is playing good here in the last couple of minutes. 45-43. Wildcats still on top. Now an NBA three-pointer by Baller. No good. Battle for the board. Gonna say off of Rutar. Klug had a chance to go after it and thought he was definitely off of a Wildcat player, but no. Now Wildcats, they bring in a couple. Trojans bring in 3. This looks like a line change during the Olympics. Watching hockey, there's so many players coming on and off right now. 5:51 to go in this Subdistrict game. 3rd time that these teams have faced each other in the last 30 years or so. Is the best that I could come up with. Wildcats clear the timeline. Lob pass to Lammers, down low, guarded by Kiter. They kick out. Lincoln Gruch for 3. The big man drops it in from 3. His first field goal of the night. Wildcats back on top, 48-43. Head coach Nick Hazelhorst of Cedar Catholic says 55. That's when 5 players are out on the three-point range and they can drive into the paint. Tried to drive in that time. Could not get it to go. Was Baller. Kick out. 3-point shot. It's good. Right and Whitmire for 3. Full court pressure now as Fellmeyer comes across the timeline. They get to Sidbeck, the trailer. Right-handed runner, partially blocked by Steffen. Now a long pass. It's going to go out to Whitmire. Going up strong against Fellmeyer. Ball tipped away. Did not get the runner to go. I think it was a good no call. 4:40 to go. 2-point game here in Pender. Wildcats on top by 2, 48-46. For those that reached out today and asked, what do you think? I go, it's going to be close. Yeah, that's exactly what we're getting. Lob pass. Carter Kelly. He's back up and in. Carter Kelly is a matchup problem. And now Cedar Catholic wants to talk things over. This timeout brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation. We'll take a break, come back in 30 seconds on a current 94.3.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer.
More of today's hits. KDAM. Hartington, Yankton, Vermilion. Current 94.3.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. The C25 Subdistrict opening round is a good one. 50-46. Wildcats, they've been on top since we got things started after the halftime break, or rather after the first quarter break, sorry. And now in this fourth quarter, Trojans need to come back, down by 4. Three-pointer goes up, no good. Steffen clears the boards away again. He's been a rebounding machine for Cedar Catholic. 4:11 to go. Trojans trail by 4 with a basketball. Baller, three-pointer, it's good. Nothing but net from deep. That was an NBA three for sure. Now the Wildcats clear the timeline. Back to Lammers. Lammers keeps it strong, one-handed up and in. Lammers is having himself a night. I only wish he would have been healthy all season long. Trojans with the basketball. 3:39 to go, trailing. Steffen turns around, blocked by Lammers. Lammers blocks it, and now along the pass, and the Wildcats are going to have it. Double teaming is the Trojan defense on Fellmeyer, knocking it out of bounds. We're at 52 points for the Wildcats, 49 points for Cedar Catholic, 3:27 to go in regulation. This has all the makings of a heartbreaker right here. Fellmeyer set to inbound. Gets it into Sibek, couple dribbles in, Euro step, and he's going to be fouled. If you're familiar with the Euro step, it looks like the best travel you could ever do. But he was fouled on that one. A foul committed by Cedar Catholic. And now at the line shooting two will be Sibek. Sibek, nothing but net. That is the first free throw for Sibek, the 6'2 junior. One more. In and out, does not go. Klug with the rebound for Cedar Catholic. 4-point lead, 3:22 to go in this game. Win or lose, we're all coming back home tonight to Hartington. But both schools right now want this victory big time. Into the paint, turnaround jumper, can't get it to go as Baller. That was a close one, just too strong, and now the Wildcats will have the basketball. See if they will continue to push with a 4-point lead. It goes into Carter Kelly, down low, Lammers, it's up and in. This might be one of the best performances I've ever seen from Lammers. He is just making a living right down at the paint. 6-point lead. Now a three-pointer, no good. That was Baller putting up a shot, rebound clearing it away. The 6'7 senior in Krause for the Wildcats. Long pass, down low, Lammers! Lammers with another layup and a timeout on the court. Timeouts are brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Back in 1 minute on the Current 94.3.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. The first round of Subdistrict. Number 1 seeded Pender. They moved on as they defeated Ainsworth earlier tonight. And now this second game, the winner will advance and play number 1 Pender. Trojans did beat Pender earlier in the year, but that is not on anyone's mind right now as Cedar Catholic trails the Wildcats by 8. 57-49, 2:30 to go in this contest. Basketball, left side, that is Baller. Dribbles into 15-foot, kick out to Cotto right in front of the student section. They drive in, three-pointer on the way by Baller. Side iron, no good, battle for the board. Keaton Arns has it for Hartington-Newcastle. Head coach Nick Hazelhorst is saying, get up here and pressure. He wants full court Trojan pressure. Now Wildcats clear the timeline. Get it to Sudbeck, 15-foot, jumper, it's good. Wildcats back up by 10. Minute 54 to go in this game. With the basketball. Right side, Cotto has it. Drives into the point, sidesteps the defender, and gets it to go. A timeout is going to be taken. This is a 30-second. I'm going to keep it right here for this one. We're only a minute 40 seconds to go in this game. 59-51 is your score. Cedar Catholic is going to have to push like they normally do. That's fine, but they're going to need to get a couple offensive boards, and they just haven't had an answer for Lammers. Lammers has played lights out in this second half. Had him for, I think, 7 points in the first half, and there's a whole lot more deuces on the score sheet that I've marked for the 6'4" senior. I'm not starstruck. I'm just that big of a fan. I think he is an outstanding player. Good to see him. I don't see him favoring his right foot. When he first came back from that injury sustained in football, he just didn't look right. And now I haven't noticed anything. He's walking, he's running, everything looks 100%, and he is playing like it here tonight. Full court pressure applied by Cedar Catholic. Ball comes into Fellmeyer. Back to Carter Kelly. So looks like a 1-3-1. Now a long pass. They get it down to Krause. Krause could have went for the dunk. Decides to pull it up and burn some clock. Now a reach in, no foul call. They're trying to get it with Kelly down low. And a foul will be called this time by Kiter Wortman. This one will be on the floor. Yep, foul is going to be on the Trojans on the floor. And now Wildcats will inbound underneath their own basket. Goes to Fellmeyer, down low. He goes up for the shot, and he's going to be fouled. Foul this time is going to be by Baller. At the line shooting two will be Will Fellmeyer. Fellmeyer, couple dribbles. It's up and hits the front of the iron, no good. He'll have one more. Keaton Arns checks in and Krause comes out. One more free throw for Will Fellmeyer, and he gets it to go. Makes a great adjustment. He's got that free throw to his credit. 60-51. That scoreboard update brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. 9-point lead for the Wildcats on top of Cedar Catholic. As far as my research, this could be the first time Wildcat basketball will knock off the Trojans. Three-pointer goes up, Klug, no good. Rebound, Kelly throws it back in. Ball still on the floor live, and it's going to be secured by the Trojans. A lucky break there for the Big Red. Driving into the paint, putting up a shot is Kiter Wortman. He's going to be fouled. If you're rooting for Cedar Catholic, Trojans are running out of time. Fouls on Braden Lammers. Again, the winner advances to play Thursday night right here against Pender. First free throw is up, no good. And Wortman will have one more. Free throw on its way. It's good. So Wortman adds another. And now a couple subs checking for both teams. Full court denial. This is just don't let the ball come into play. It does come into play to Fellmeyer. He's double teamed down low. Stolen. Taken away by Baller, has it. And now bodies on the floor. Whitmire has it. Now secured by Fellmeyer. Fellmeyer is going to be fouled in the backcourt. Rather, I believe they're going to give the timeout before it's called. Full timeout. We're going to take a short timeout. This will be our last break of the evening. Timeouts are brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. Back for the conclusion in 30 seconds on a current 94.3.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Well, here we go. This place is loud as can be in Pender, the site of the C25 Subdistrict. Winner advances to play number 1 Pender, the number 1 seed, on Thursday night. That game, I believe, is 7 o'clock. I'll double check my notes here quick. Yes, 7 o'clock on Thursday. We will be here. Whoever wins, pregame will be about 6:45. Wildcats facing full court pressure. It comes into the backcourt to Subbeck. Subbeck is going to be fouled. I believe the foul is going to be on Toby Heine. Yes. So that's the 4th team foul on the Trojans. So one more to give. Wildcats get a fresh 35. Comes into Fellmeyer. Jump stop. Kick it back to Keaton Arns. A burning clock, and now another foul in the backcourt. That's 5 fouls. Referees are talking this over. Yes, they were just going to get it right. So once you get to 5 fouls, it's free throw time, and that's where it's at. So the foul is on Toby Heine again, as the Trojans got to stop the clock and try to get some points and stop something here, but trailing by 8 at the free throw line will be Keaton Arns. 38.8 seconds to go in this game. Side iron for Keaton Arns. He'll have one more as 3 subs check in for Cedar Catholic. Head coach Tyler Fincher, he's content to just stay with his current lineup, which has been doing just fine for the Wildcats here in the final 3-4 minutes. Arns, side iron, no good. Lane violation on Arns. It didn't go in anyway, so I don't want to say no harm, no foul, but at least you didn't make it and then have the violation, take a point off the board. 8 points is the lead now for the Wildcats, and they're content just to settle back to half-court defense. Trojans, they don't look like they're in too much of a rush. Klug, swing it around, 3-pointer goes up, blocked that time by Krause. Cleared away, Rutar. Now Klug, another 3-pointer, short, no good. And a smart play. Carter Kelly was just going to let it go out of bounds, and Baller says no. He dove around him and threw the ball at his legs, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Cedar Catholic ball, 20.1 seconds to go. Klug back out top. Now they find Baller. Left corner 3, no good. Rebound is Carter Kelly. Kelly to Subbeck, 12 seconds. All they got to do is cross the timeline. That's going to do it. Wildcats are going to come away with a victory. The final score, Hartington-Newcastle 60, Cedar Catholic 52. This is the first time that I know of that Hartington-Newcastle has knocked off the Trojans in basketball play. We'll take a break, catch our breath, come back. We'll have a post-game show, and we have Mr. Rusty Fuller is going to join us here momentarily, as well as go over some stats and a player of the game. Stick around with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the current 94.3.
Winter is planting season on the farm at Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington. This is when smart irrigation decisions get made. As your local Zematic dealer, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation provides dependable pivots, pumping solutions, and the expertise to help your system be ready when the season turns. Planning now means fewer surprises later and more confidence when it counts. Zematic Irrigation from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Built for reliability, ready for the growing season ahead.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it. And treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Moody Motors in Niobrara had a lot of fresh new trades come in. We have a great selection of used trucks and SUVs, like this beautiful 2024 F-150 Lariat, dark blue with gray leather interior, and it's thousands less than new. Or this 24 F-150 Crew Cab XLT package, priced at only $38,900. A couple of my favorites, a 2020 Lincoln Nautilus all-wheel drive, priced at only $22,900. And a 22 Ford Expedition with only 38,000 miles for just $49,900. Get your best deal right here at Moody Motors in Niobrara.
My fellow explorers, we believe big adventures deserve presidential treatment. Now until February 27th, Explorers Credit Union is offering special presidential rates on qualifying boat and camper loans. So this summer, roam farther, stay longer, and explore more. No waiting, no delays, just legendary approval. Because adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Visit explorerscu.com and get pre-approved today. Explorers Credit Union, we believe in your next big adventure. Offer subject to credit approval and is subject to change at any time. Additional terms and restrictions apply. Membership required. Valid through February 27th. Federally insured by NCAA.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. This game has gone final. The number 3 seed Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats knock off number 2 seeded Cedar Catholic. And from my records, it's the first time that they've knocked off the Trojans. I had them 2 victories for Cedar Catholic in the last 25 years or so. There could be some back there a long ways, a lot farther that I'm just not aware of. But in recent memory anyway, solid victory, 60-52. Joining me here in the booth is Mr. Rusty Fuller of Hartington-Newcastle. Wow, what a game.
I tell you what, it was a tale of a couple different quarters there. Boys came out fired in the first quarter, and then second quarter we had a few turnovers, and Cedar Catholic made some 3-point shots, and that hurt us a little bit down the stretch. But I don't know what Coach Fincher said to the boys at halftime, but they sure came out firing that third quarter.
I wonder if he'd be honest and actually tell us. It's one of those, as you mentioned, 18-11 after 1. The Wildcats were up by 7, and then the second quarter was really Cedar Catholic. They came out firing on all cylinders, 21 points in that second quarter to 5 for the Wildcats. And then it kind of settled into the same thing. It flipped again to where Cedar Catholic, they want to score in transition, and the Wildcats want to settle into half court. And once everything settled in, to me, the difference, the free throws, I don't know how many attempts that the Wildcats were shooting, but they had 9 in the first half to the Trojans 2. That definitely helped things out down the stretch. But once they settled in and played their half court offense with Lammers, he was phenomenal tonight.
Absolutely. I think the difference there was the size when our boys started pounding it inside. And the passing from our post to post, Mason Krause to Carter Kelly to Braden, those guys were seeing the floor, and I think that was the big difference. And then contesting shots on the defensive side, when you're 6'5", 6'7", that's hard to shoot over, and they did a great job getting out on their shooters.
Absolutely. You mentioned, I don't want to take away from all of our stats here, but the Christensen Well and Irrigation stat line is going to show Carter Kelly with 16, Austin Subbeck with 14, and Braden Lammers 21.
Wow.
When you talk about the bigs, those are the tall guys right there for the most part. They're getting down in the paint. And if you look at I have it here, but my pregame show was shortened once we finally got connected. We wanted to have you in the pregame, and appreciate you come back at the conclusion. Once we got in there, though, the first thing I said is if Cedar Catholic can run and gun, they're going to win. But if we can settle down and get the purple and white into half court, Wildcats are going to win, and that's kind of how it went.
Absolutely, and hats off to Braden Lammers. He was been dealing with an ankle and a broken leg injury and trying to overcome that, and I feel like he's finally starting to get into a little bit of game shape, which is scary for opponents because, he was one of their best players last year. But Carter Kelly, I tell you what, he had a game tonight. And those seniors, they just stepped up. And in crucial games like that, you rely heavily on that senior leadership, and they really wanted this game.
Absolutely. Solid play there from some of those seniors. You mentioned Carter Kelly. Keaton Arns did excellent handling the ball. He's not a big scorer, but he's an excellent ball handler along with Fellmeyer. Lammers Krause, I have him unofficially for 3 points, but he attributes so much more. You mentioned that long arm reach. He's making players deflect shots or change their shots. It isn't always about who puts the big score up on the board.
just his presence inside. I think Cedar Catholic was a little leery to even go inside because they knew he's a shot blocker. And then he got several rebounds here on the defensive side of the ball. And like you said, with Keaton Arns, he's not going to score a lot, but he's one of those controlled players. He's a great point guard, great off guard, really helps out Austin Sudbeck bringing that ball up. And I was telling my kids on the way here, I said, if our big boys can score and we don't have to rely on Austin to score 33 every game, I said, we've got a good chance of winning this one.
Kids, always listen to Dad. They're sitting right in front of us. Outstanding stuff here. I appreciate you stopping by. I know that the basketball is taking a highlight right now. The football schedule just came out for the Wildcats, and wow, there's some travel going on. There was the first thing I thought of. There's some games that are way out west. But there's just a lot of good stuff. Bowling was just wrapping up a couple weeks ago. It can't get much better to be from Hartington.
Absolutely. It's a good time to be a Wildcat.
It's a great time. Thanks for joining us. That's Mr. Rusty Fuller. Take another break. Come back. We'll have some more Christensen Well and Irrigation stats here in Pender. Back in 2 minutes on the Current 94.3.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender, 60-52. Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats take down the number 2 seed Hartington Cedar Catholic Trojans. They'll be moving on after a 60-52 win. They will play number 1 seed Pender, a game that will take place right here in Pender on Thursday at 7 o'clock. We will have coverage about 6:45. Let's get to the stats, and as always, they're brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation, built on over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry and your local Renke Irrigation System dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. First up, 52 points for Cedar Catholic. Break them down. Have 6 points for Gavin Klug. Aaron Wortman had 8. Micah Cotto had 5. Brighton Whitmire had 5 coming off the bench. Kiter Wortman had 5. A lot of 5s in there. Jared Rutar had 3. Will Stefan had 1. And leading all Trojan scores was Mason Baller with 16 points for head coach Nick Hazelhorst squad. Those stats brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation. Take another break, come back, we'll have the stats and the Avera player of the game coming up here for Hartington-Newcastle. Back in a couple of minutes on the Current 94.3.
I'm Marie Haar, Vice President and Ag Lender at Bank of Hartington. I'm also a Northeast Nebraska beef and dairy producer. Whether it's developing a marketing strategy, a cash flow projection, or a break-even analysis, at the Bank of Hartington, we know that ever-changing demands and challenges of today's grain and livestock producers. How do we know? Because we are farmers, and we're living it too. Call our experienced ag lenders at 402-254-3994.
Bank of Hartington, a proud supporter of all our students and athletes.
Winter is planting season on the farm at Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington. This is when smart irrigation decisions get made. As your local Zematic dealer, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation provides dependable pivots, pumping solutions, and the expertise to help your system be ready when the season turns. Planning now means fewer surprises later and more confidence when it counts. Zematic Irrigation from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Built for reliability, ready for the growing season ahead.
Ready to take the first step toward homeownership? Join Explorers Credit Union for our first-time homebuyers workshop on March 3rd from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at our Yankton Branch Base Camp Training Room. Hosted with CU Mortgage Direct, this free workshop walks you step-by-step through the home buying process so you can move forward with clarity and confidence. Every great journey begins at Base Camp. RSVP by February 27th at explorerscu.com to reserve your seat. Explorers Credit Union. We believe in your journey. Federally insured by NCUA. NMLS number 4088529.
Want to make a difference and build a future in healthcare? The Avera Nursing Advantage at Mount Marty University offers you 2 years of educational funding plus a full-time nursing job at Avera once you graduate. That's $30,000 in funding, real-world work commitment for 3 years, and a career you'll be proud of. Apply in your sophomore year, study your BSN, and step directly into your nursing role. Start your journey today at mountmarty.edu.
Did you know that using your debit card to pay in stores, online, even within apps has never been easier or more secure? Now there's a better way to pay with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Whether at the coffee shop, grocery store, or online, instead of making purchases using your plastic card, now you can pay with your smartphone, tablet, or smartwatch. Just touch, tap, pay the easy way with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Ask about it today. Member FDIC.
Scott Ulrich back in Pender. Cedar Catholic falls to number 3 seed Hartington-Newcastle. Wildcats win 60-52. Dominant performance by Braden Lammers and a couple of the other bigs. Carter Kelly along with Krause led to that victory here tonight. We broke down Cedar Catholic stats, and let's take a look for the Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats. Christensen Well and Irrigation is sponsoring the stat line. Colton Cavanaugh had 1 point. Lincoln Gruch had 3. Mason Krause had 3. Will Fellmeyer 2. Austin Subeck 14. Carter Kelly 16. Braden Lammers 21. Those stats brought to you by Christensen Well and Irrigation. You tell me how I'm supposed to pick the player of the game. There are some outstanding stat lines there and players that definitely contributed in other ways than just scoring. We'll take one final break, come back. We'll have the player of the game back in 2 minutes on the Current 94.3.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
I'm Brett Wiedenfeld, Chief Financial Officer and Ag Lender at the Bank of Hartington, and I'm also a Northeast Nebraska pork producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we have the tools and knowledge to help your operation grow. We know the needs of our producers and are eager to assist with the demands of your farm. How do we know? Because our Ag Lenders have true Ag experience. Call our experienced Ag Lenders at 402-254-3994.
Bank of Hartington, a proud supporter of all our students and athletes.
Winter is planting season on the farm at Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington. This is when smart irrigation decisions get made. As your local Zematic dealer, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation provides dependable pivots, pumping solutions, and the expertise to help your system be ready when the season turns. Planning now means fewer surprises later and more confidence when it counts. Zematic Irrigation from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation. Built for reliability, ready for the growing season ahead.
Ulrich back in Pender, 60-52 Wildcats. They advance to the Subdistrict final taking place right here in Pender on Thursday. Pre-game 6:45, tip-off at 7. They will take on number 1 seeded Pender, who is 20-5 on the year. Out-of-town scoreboard. Let's take a look around at the other games that took place in Class C2. It's number 2 UTAN, winners over Clarkson-Lee, 77-39. Number 6 Freeman, 67-42 over Humphrey-Lindsay. Norfolk Catholic, the Knights, playing solid ball down the stretch. They are the 3-ranked team in Class C2, 91-36 over Tri-County Northeast. Crofton, they're winners over Summerland, 69-34. And Ponca, they come out with a win against Lower Concord Coleridge, 57-43. Number 1 Bergen Catholic over Shelby Rising City, 76-42. One final game in Northeast Nebraska, Wakefield, winners over Elkhorn Valley, 63-57. That's going to wrap it up for our out-of-town scoreboard. One final break. When we come back, we'll have the player of the game and wrap things up from Pender. Back in a couple of minutes on the current 94.3.
My fellow explorers, we believe big adventures deserve presidential treatment. Now until February 27th, Explorers Credit Union is offering special presidential rates on qualifying boat and camper loans. So this summer, roam farther, stay longer, and explore more. No waiting, no delays, just legendary approval. Because adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Visit explorerscu.com and get pre-approved today. Explorers Credit Union, we believe in your next big adventure. Offer subject to credit approval and is subject to change at any time. Additional terms and restrictions apply. Membership required. Valid through February 27th. Federally insured by NCAA.
Did you know that using your debit card to pay in stores, online, even within apps has never been easier or more secure? Now there's a better way to pay with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Whether at the coffee shop, grocery store, or online, instead of making purchases using your plastic card, now you can pay with your smartphone, tablet, or smartwatch. Just touch, tap, pay the easy way with Digital Wallet from Security Bank. Ask about it today. Member FDIC.
Irrigation, who needs it? After this wet summer, maybe that thought has crossed your mind. Every growing year is different. Christensen Well and Irrigation wants to help you prepare for the seasons ahead. They recommend pulling your irrigation pump if it's been in the ground 20 years or more. Assessing your pump during the fall and winter avoids breakdowns during the growing season. Call 402-254-6809 or visit christensenwell.com. Christensen Well and Irrigation of Hartington and Wakefield is a certified Renke Irrigation Systems dealer. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Hartington-Newcastle is moving on. They have defeated Cedar Catholic here in the opening round play of the C25 Subdistrict from Pender, Nebraska, 60-52. Wildcats get the victory tonight. Only thing left to do is the player of the game provided by Avera. Let's break that down tonight. Can't just have one. It's just that kind of a night. Players of the game for Cedar Catholic will be seniors Mason Baller, Aaron Wortman, Brighton Whitmire, Kiter Wortman and Jared Rutar. Those are the players of the game for Cedar Catholic. As for Hartington-Newcastle, they got another go of it. They'll be back here again on Thursday. One player jumps off the page of me, and you're probably already knowing who that is. I talked him up a lot during the game as well as pregame. He's not the only one, though. You got to give that shout out to Carter Kelly, Austin Sidbeck, Krause. But Braden Lammers, 21 points, coming off the injured list just a couple of weeks ago. The 6'4 senior impressed me again. He is the player of the game for the Hartington-Newcastle Wildcats. And those players, they are provided by Avera, moving health forward. I appreciate you tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Be sure to tune in back here again Thursday at 6:45. The Wildcats will be playing number 1 Pender, and we will have coverage of that right here. I appreciate all the help back at the station getting things going tonight as well as throughout the game. Daniel is my board op. I appreciate it, Daniel. I'm Scott Ulrich. I appreciate you tuning in for Hartington-Newcastle and Cedar Catholic Trojan basketball right here on the Current 94.3.
This has been a presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics on KYN TV, courtesy of Riverfront Sports. Be sure to subscribe to KYN TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment when we go live for Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics.
More of today's hits. KDAM, Hartington, Yankton, Vermilion.